You step up to the ball and swing with everything you have. Your muscles tense, you swing the racket as hard as you can, and the ball still barely clears the net or sails wide. You finish the swing completely off balance and out of breath. That exhaustion is usually the result of fighting against your own body's mechanics. Precise alignment in 3 specific areas will generate more pace than raw physical effort ever could. There are 3 invisible errors that routinely ruin forehands. We are going to diagnose exactly what they are and provide a simple physical fix for each one. Correcting these invisible mechanics allows your body to move in sync with the physics of the racket. Your swing becomes light and fluid while producing effortless depth. The first major error is relying entirely on your shoulder and arm muscles to push the ball over the net. This happens because we tend to equate hitting a tennis ball with throwing a punch. We try to use isolated bicep and shoulder strength to force the racket forward. Relying on your arm like this creates a weak, inconsistent ball flight. It also guarantees your arm will be exhausted halfway through a match. Instead, you need to use the kinetic chain. The kinetic chain is a sequence of movements where kinetic energy transfers from your legs, through your core, and finally into your arm. Treat the body like a coiled spring, where energy originates from the court and travels up the legs. As the hips and shoulders rotate first, the arm lags behind. Core rotation creates torque, naturally pulling the relaxed arm forward like a whip. Power is a chain reaction that starts at your feet. The arm functions as the final link in that chain, delivering the energy built up through your legs and core directly into the ball. The second error comes down to your lower body. Players either stand completely flat-footed waiting for the ball, or they sprint wildly at it without ever hitting the brakes. When you fixate intensely on tracking the incoming ball and preparing your upper body swing, it is incredibly common to completely forget to coordinate your legs. Without proper footwork, you end up hitting the ball while severely off balance. You might find the racket cramped tightly against your ribs, or you might be leaning over and reaching too far out. To fix this, we use a concept called fast feet, slow hands. You need to take rapid, tiny adjustment steps to position yourself firmly before you ever initiate your swing. We can see the ideal setup in this top-down spatial map. The target strike zone hovers at a precise distance away from the player's right hip. Your goal is to maneuver your body with tiny adjustment steps until the incoming ball enters the target zone. When your feet do the hard work of finding that exact distance, you never have to reach or cramp your swing. A chaotic scramble turns into a controlled, repeatable strike. The third invisible mistake happens at the very end of the swing. It is the habit of lifting your head to track where the ball is going before your racket actually makes contact. It is a natural psychological trigger. You feel anxious and excited, and you want to instantly see if your shot will land inside the court lines. But looking early causes a severe physical chain reaction. This wireframe diagram shows what happens. The upward tilt of the head physically pulls the spine angle upward. That drastically lowers the racket path away from the ball, ensuring a mishit. The physical fix requires strict discipline. You have to completely freeze your head and track the ball visually all the way until it touches the strings. Keep your head locked in that downward position for 1 full second after the ball has already left the racket. Maintaining discipline over your eyes ensures that your spine angle stays steady. The structural integrity of your entire swing remains intact through the most critical millisecond of impact. So, the complete mechanical sequence is: rotate your body from the ground up, use tiny adjustment steps to find your target zone, and freeze your eyes at impact. If you step onto the court tomorrow and try to fix all 3 of these mechanics at the exact same time, you will experience mental overload and get frustrated. Instead, isolate just one specific fix per practice session. Focus entirely on your feet one day and your head position the next. This gradually builds permanent muscle memory. When you execute these mechanics correctly, the physical sensation of hitting a tennis ball shifts entirely. What used to feel jarring and heavy suddenly feels smooth and effortless. Mastering these 3 invisible elements strips away the struggle. You replace exhausted frustration with the joy of total control over your swing.